Hello and welcome back to Chasing the Target. Olympics is officially done for India in a way, and yeah, I mean cricket भी 40 दिन तक नहीं है, so I think perfect time here for us to put our hands into the game that we've been watching for quite some time now, but we never talked about uh, on this platform at least. We have another platform for it as well where we talk about a game related to the game, but like. Uh, Now it's time to talk about football and Premier League's coming back and the Community Shield and the upsets and the transfers and क्या नहीं हो रहा आजकल फुटबॉल के दुनिया में. बढ़िया मुस्तफा, we're here now talk about the first of all Olympics तो हो गया, क्रिकेट भी 40 दिन का ब्रेक है और वहाँ लोग आप जस्ट रिकूपरेट करें तो yeah, it's good time to talk about something that's coming back, the Premier League.
Yeah, I mean the cricket इंडिया का सीजन जो है सितंबर में शुरू इनका 19th को पहला टेस्ट मैच है तो जब तक we'll talk about football also. There is other cricket going on. The 100 is going on. Yesterday Rashid Khan got pumped for
अरे
5
करियर खत्म हो गया.
I did not. I couldn't believe my eyes. Pollard जो मतलब आप उसको देखते उधर in the dugout in Mumbai Indians. I don't know where he's practicing. Maybe he's practicing at the Wankhede, but he's coming out and hitting 5 6s against the best spinner in the world. So yeah, there's some good cricket going on. The South Africa West Indies ka bhi matches chal rahe, but yes, the Premier League is starting. There's a lot of football. Yesterday we had the curtain raiser, the Community Shield, Man United versus Man City. United losing that game on penalties, but I think it was a good game. Both trying out youngsters, trying out different players. And yeah, that defense is still shaky. Hopefully, the new signings, the new transfers that United will get will make them a bit more solid at the back.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the only problem for United मेरे हिसाब से वही है कि जो लोगों को लिए उन्होंने already यूरो तो इंजर हो गया, and then now you have Dillit who is not the best in terms of keeping fit for an entire season. Juventus में भी यही problem था उसका कि he has a tendency to get injured during, and United के साथ ऐसा चल रहा है कि भाई injuries तो अभी अमाद को बिठा दिए, which were not like obviously Ahmad is going to start probably the first game against Fulham, but then you've got Rashford to hug dera, like he's out since 4 5 months and you still can't like finish. एक तो भाई हाथ में बना के दिए उसको, like literally दो भी उसके बना के दिए and उसके बाद आप खपा दिए, and that was something very upsetting for me to see कि भाई Rashford even after all of that talk यूरोज में कहीं को नहीं गया ये वो, उसके बावजूद भी like अभी भी he's it's not like improved in any aspect. Like yeah, he did a bit of defensive work very partially, but उसके अलावा ज्यादा वही Rashford दिख रहा मेरे को last season का.
Yeah, he looked much fitter preseason. May look like अब नया season रहेगा, he'll be better. But वही problem है in front of goal. He's not clinical. He's not finishing his chances. And आगे जाके वही problem है if you don't score with the chances that you have, especially उसको 2-3 मिले थे where he should have finished it, then you get punished, right? And then City, they did equalize and won at the end. But ठीक है, like for me the Community Shield is not really important. I know a trophy is a trophy, but it doesn't really make a difference. I think it's just getting into rhythm. It's more like a warm-up game, practice, preseason game. मैं ऐसा देखता हूँ. I want to see how the players are slowly getting back into fitness, the rhythms. One positive is Bruno Fernandes. I felt he played well. उन्हें अच्छा midfield को dominate करा. Then Garnacho, he looked also fit. He looked raring to go. His energy was good. Pace, speed, accuracy looked good as well. His finish was very good. So I was looking at that from the defensive point of view. Maguire looked shaky again, making mistakes, making errors. Martinez was much better. TK for that corner could have done a bit better. He was a bit static, like overall he looked good, and it showed how much they missed him. Jab unhe injured tha, so yeah, there's some positives over there. From City's point of view, if you're looking at it from their perspective, Oscar Bob is a good potential, got a lot of chances. Agar aap FPL mein bhi agar aap dekh rahe ho usko, he's a good asset in my opinion. I think you can pick him in your team, especially if he does get the minutes. He looks attacking, getting into good positions, and positions where he can score actually. So he's been good. Another thing about United, Amad Diallo, I think he looks like
he's crazy.
yeah, he looks like he's gonna do bits, but the only thing he needs to pull the trigger earlier. He just needs to shoot more. I think. अगर उन्हें ज़्यादा shoot करे, he can get more chances. But the way he's cutting in, his speed, getting into the pockets of space, he looks a very exciting prospect.
Yeah, for me, I think वो जो chance के बारे में अगर आप बात कर रहे हैं, I think like when Casemiro put it to him through, he was caught in too much because angle अच्छा cover कर लिया था Ederson उसका जो right foot का angle था. आप left foot पे रुक के curl कर सकता बोल सकते हैं, but he found an easier option to square it. But Mason Mount वो run नहीं बनाया obviously because striker mentality वाला Zirkzee या even if Rashford was there at that time, अगर striker anticipate करके run कर लेता box में, right? Usually he will get it squared and he will finish it off. So I think for that मैं थोड़ा Amathu
But even if you saw in the FA Cup last year,
like
like in the games over there, he had chances in the box where he doesn't pull the trigger. Like in general, yeah, that was the chance I was talking about. But in general, he has that thing कि उन्हें chances उतने नहीं लेता जितना आप you want him to shoot a bit faster and a bit more. Like he'll look for that last minute pass. He'll try to do something. He'll try to shake the keeper off. Even that goal he scored against Liverpool, he went round everything. So करके फिर goal करा. Sometimes
फिर
you
रेड
just
कार्ड भी ले लिया फिर रेड कार्ड भी ले लिया
and आप जर्सी ये वो mention करें, he's like a more Martial link-up player. So because of we don't have an out-and-out striker, we need our wingers to take more shots. आप Salah को देख लो, आप Saka को देख लो. You need these them to cut in and just pull the trigger. If they miss, they miss. But not just one chance. In general, they just need to take more shots on target.
मेरे लिए, man, for me, I think the main guy, like you mentioned in the beginning, Bruno Fernandes. If this guy starts taking shots outside the box, like जब 2018 में भी आया, you remember most of his goals were from outside. एक एवर्टन के अगेंस्ट गोल मारता उन्हें दूर दूर से उठा के उन्हें रद्दा तोड़ लेता. सो जब आप कल भी देखो, he took an opportunity, curled around the keeper. So Bruno for me has to take the most shots. Like usually Bruno does his work defensively, attacking हर जगह. अब ये जो false line वाला formation खेल रहा है उसको आगे बिठा दिए. It's going to be fun to see कि इन्हें कितना अटैक में ज्यादा हाथ देने वाला है. Because अगर उसको पीछे आगे कर दे रहे, उन्हें वहाँ frustrate हो जा रहा है. I think थक भी जा रहा था at some point of time. Now if he's going to give completely ये हाफ ऑफ द कोर्ट में रहेगा जहाँ पे अटैकिंग थ्रेट रहेगा, भाई ब्रूनो शॉट लेना बहुत जरूरी है. और कल आप देख लिए शॉट लिया, गोल ऑफसाइड हो गया, चलो ठीक है, बट द थ्रेट इज ऑलवेज ऑन विद ब्रूनो. एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, लाइक अभी तो वी स्टिल हैवंट सीन अ लॉट ऑफ यूनाइटेड प्लेयर्स. ज़र्क्ज़ी को नहीं देखे, काफी जितने भी, और थोड़े सैंचो भी नहीं दिखा. आई वुड स्टिल गिव हिम बेनिफिट ऑफ डाउट. I mean, जो penalty miss करा, for me top wins रखना उन्हें the way he is, but it's all right. I mean, like you said, Community Shield just gives the feel of how it is. सबसे बड़ी बात भाई, सैंचो आया ग्राउंड पे. I didn't expect that from him. Like, you know, जो भी टेंशन हुए थे,
I hope that they get the best out of him, because you saw he was cooking in Dortmund, man. हम लोग क्या final पहुंच गए थे, and he had a huge contribution in that. He was absolutely killing it. He was tearing up the flanks. And they need to get the best out of him. Even like you know, the likes of Antony or ये जो players है, if they go to another club, I'm sure they'll do much better. And that's where you have to question the.
Antony is going to be amongst the goals. बोल दिया उन्हें, you just have to watch out. Antony is going to be.
Even Onana said, I'm going to take more risks. He tried against Haaland, and Haaland just schooled him in that penalty. So like they'll say stuff, but I just hope that they can on the pitch display a bit more thing. I mean. There's still a long way to go. I think top four will be the aim. League to hand, there's no chance, man. I don't think they're going to win the league unless there's a lot of luck involved and everything. I don't think they're not good enough right now. They're lacking someone to support Kobe Menu as well, because if you see, Menu needs someone so that Bruno can also.
अकेले हो गया.
Huh? You need.
कल तो अकेले पड़ गया था उन्हें.
Yeah, McTominay is not enough, bro. Like you need a defensive midfield over there, and yeah, he's not enough defensively. Also, I worry jab Bureau injured it 3 more months, and then I don't know how De Ligt is going to play, because again, he was good when he was in Ajax. He was outstanding. He was only 19 years old, but then his career has gone a bit down. Like you know, in Juventus and stuff, he didn't look as impressive to me. But he's still 24 years old. What time hai usko? But we've seen United, especially defenders. Even the likes of Varane has suffered, man. So I don't know. I don't have that many high expectations, and defense will be a problem. But more than anything, goals. Where are you going to get the goals from? Ab jaisa bole, you need your like these guys, the guys up front, like Rashford. If he gets the chance, he needs to put it away.
Yeah, and अब उसके पहले Rasmus Højlund भी गया हुआ है ना, उन्हें भी इंजर हो गया. Like उसका भी पत्ता कट गया 3 हफ्ते. Right now he's going to be out. So United तो in all shapes of problems तो है ही, and it's not like first time. अभी see, for me, I still think जो Erik ten Hag को resign करे, I think it's a good call based on whatever he's done till now. He's still got 2 trophies. You've got to respect that, with the injuries, with the whole problem, and then Ineos coming in and stuff like that. So I still give him the benefit of the doubt. Tactically is where I'm having a problem with this guy. कि भाई आप changes भी नहीं कर रहे, आप you know, वो थोड़े उसके प्रॉब्लम्स तो है, बट वील हैव टू वेट एंड सी अब ये साल क्या होने वाला है. ब्रूट वैन निस्telrooy इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ, यू नो, अ फ्यू मोर पीपल इन द सपोर्ट स्टाफ इज देयर. सो देखेंगे अभी हाउ दे मैनेज टू कम थ्रू इट. अभी इतनी जल्दी तो मैं नहीं थ्रो इन द हैट करूंगा. आई ऑलवेज फील लाइक यू नो, यूनाइटेड को हमेशा अपन तो चांस देते, वो तो चांस हमेशा देता हूं मैं. बायसनेस बोलो, कुछ भी बोलो, बट या देयर फ्रॉम सिटीज पर्सपेक्टिव, मैन, द किड्स ब्रो. ओराइली, the guy in the middle, number 75, क्या खेला भाई. उन्हें रियाल मारेस के फील्ड दे रहा था भाई, like left footer and the way they were just him, Oscar Bob, ऑस्कर बॉब के साथ जो रिको लुइस का लिंकअप था भाई, Rico Lewis and his link-up play was fantastic to see. मतलब दोनों looked so threatening whenever they came on the ball. The connect that they had, the understanding that Haaland had a very shocker for me, like wide guy. Though that's what we usually say, Haaland को feed करना रहता ball. Haaland is like a hungry guy. He just wants the plate and खाना खा लेता उन्हें. तो वैसा है, but Haaland can't create.
Don't make that mistake, and because he did the same thing 2 years ago in the Community Shield against Arsenal. Was it not last year, the year before? And people took him out of the team, and they went with the other striker. Bro, I can't remember who they went with. They went with the other striker. No, Kane. I think they went with Kane in their teams, and Haaland came and scored like 2 or 3 goals. And whoever captained him, only a few. Then they realized this guy's going to be permanent captain. At just start of the season, he didn't play Euros also. He's slowly getting back into form. I wouldn't read too much into it. And City do start slow. Ab last season, they didn't get off the blocks that quickly. They were, losing games, dropping points. Aage jaake, I think if Haaland can stay fit for the season, if he doesn't get injured, last time he was injured also. Doesn't get injured, stays fit, and he's going to bang in 30 goals easy, man. I don't think there's going to be a problem. And City, bro, even if they don't have Haaland, the system that they have, you mentioned these young players, then they have, you added Salvinho to the thing. I'm sure they're going to get an Alvarez.
That guy was crazy, man. Uska 2-3 pass na Matteo Nunes hai yaar, Matteo Nunes is insane. Top bins jo mara on like.
They have Doku as well. They've got a lot of players. Grealish is like, he's benched these days. Foden as well till now has he's slowly going to get integrated. I think Monday he's going to train him and Rodri, and then we'll see them. So I think they have a proper system. They're favorites to win the Premier League. उन लोगों को निकालना वहाँ से बहुत मुश्किल है. You have to be very, very consistent. Like Arsenal need to, like they can't afford even the minimal errors. They can't afford now if they want to win the league. And for like if we're talking about the competitors, Arsenal, I think their transfer market has been a bit quiet. They got Calafiori. He's a good defender. I think they need somebody there up front. Jesus, I don't think he will give you that impact in terms of goals. He's good at link-up play, but then that puts a lot of pressure on Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard, right? So, I think they need a striker, someone like a Tony. Osimhen, if they can get Osimhen, man, that is incredible. I think if I'm Arsenal, I would put as much money as I can for Victor Osimhen because they need.
Chelsea will get there, bro. Don't worry. Chelsea will get there before anybody, bro. Like Chelsea का तो समझ में हो चुके तो बात करेंगे. उनका तो एक अलग शादी खाना बुक करना पड़ेगा उन लोगों के लिए. But Calafiori का.
That's what I'm saying. If Chelsea can get him, then Arsenal need to double that and just try and get him because that's what they exactly require. उन लोग को striker चाहिए, उन लोग को एक चाहिए जो 20-25 गोल दे सकता है उन लोगों को सीजन में, and he is more than capable. And with the Champions League and all these tournaments, I think you need a out and out goal scorer, and you can use the likes of Jesus and stuff in different tournaments and different cups, different matches. But I think they need a out and out goal scorer because look, you're going to compete against Man City. Man City is a team, even without Haaland, they will produce goals, they will be competitive. They're solid all the way around. Yes, defensively, Arsenal were very impressive. Last year, I saw Saliba. He was probably the best player on the pitch when I went and watched the match live at Old Trafford. He was the command that he has, the physical presence, and also aerial battles. He will win them physically. He's very strong. So I mean, their defense, him and Gabriel are outstanding. They have a very good partnership, and that will help 100%. Like, I just feel when you're competing with the likes of City, you just need that missing puzzle. You need to have 100 out of 100, and for that they need a striker. And I think Victor Osimhen is their guy, man. He's available, right? Like, I'm sure they can put in a transfer request for him.
Yeah. 100%. Don is in the chat, and obviously his first sign is going to be Arsenal winning the league. I think only Merino is coming. That will end the business unless we can sell Reece Nelson and Eddie Nketiah. Nketiah is in the go. Nketiah is legend, bro.
Nketiah in the room. He's going to Marseille, I think. That's fine, man. Like, I think Merino is also a good player. I've heard lots about him. I think just to compete with City, that extra strike will help. Because look, Arsenal have to compete on all fronts. उन लोगों को Champions League भी light नहीं ले सकते. ऐसा नहीं है कि आप खाली Premier League पे focus करो और दूसरे. So for that, you need to build your squad. You need to get, when, for example, I'll just give you an example. 10 years ago, when City were rocking the league, they won the league, on last minute because of Aguero. What happened that year? You remember summer? It was Ramadan, right after Tarawih. Robin van Persie made the move to Old Trafford, bro. Like that's what.
72 million.
And then what happened? United won the league. So you need to make these kind of transfers. You have to, and Arsenal spend money. ऐसा नहीं है खाली लोग. I know United spend a lot, Chelsea spend a lot, but Arsenal do spend a lot. There's whatever, man. You spend. Even City spend so much money. It doesn't matter. You have to see what is required for you, and they have the budget. I'm sure Arsenal have the budget to go for a proper striker. They just need to try to fix that thing. You need to have that mentality. Ki, where can I beat City? This is where I can beat City. This is what I need. Go for it.
I mean, Arteta did say that Jesus looks fresh and stuff like that. Like, I mean, every manager will back his players and stuff like that. No doubt. बिल्कुल मैं समझ सकता हूँ उन्हें अच्छा ही बोलेगा. But Jesus does have capability to at least to provide an good support. It's just if he gets clinical, then he'll be very dangerous. Like that's the only thing that they're waiting for. वरना player तो अच्छा है भाई. Like I don't really see a lot of wrong with him. But yeah, he's injury prone. That is one big problem that Arsenal will have. कि उन्हें कहीं ना कहीं सीजन में अगर उन्हें like वो मोड में आ गया जहाँ पे उन्हें consistent एक 10 गोल 12-15 भी दे दिया भाई, he can be dangerous, and I think that's why Arsenal are probably just wanting to bank on his talent rather than anything else.
Yeah,
like,
but
पैसे बचा लेंगे नहीं खर्चेंगे stuff like that.
But the thing is, if you're like spending like 100 million for like a Declan Rice, right? Like 70 million for Osimhen or 60 million for Osimhen is an amazing deal. Then, like if you just look at it from there, like I think that, and even if you get Tony, bro, for like 50 million, that's incredible. Like I would take that too. They just need to be a bit more ruthless in the market and get a player, and that'll just, I feel it'll help them. Speaking of strikers, Solanke is going to Tottenham. That's a big signing for them. I think a very good signing. उसके numbers अगर आप देखो Bournemouth के against like his Bournemouth के लिए उसके XG was outstanding. Shots on goal. Who is pretty clinical as well. I think he was my triple captain once. He didn't give me the returns, but he was my triple captain.
Whoa, double game week में.
Yeah. But now playing in a better team. Yes, we don't know. Like in football, we always look to be positive, and we think like it's a good signing. But I feel that it's something good that they've done. You cannot replace Harry Kane. Harry Kane is a once in a lifetime striker for Tottenham. But Solanke is up there, man. If you add Maddison to the mix, if you can keep Kulusevski fit, you can keep Son fit, then they have something good coming up. And I think that's a good signing, especially if they want to be in and around top 4 and just get a trophy. I think Tottenham fans से मैं जितने लोगों से बात कर रहा हूँ, they want a trophy more than anything. I think the season United had, which is probably for us a very poor season, that's the season Tottenham won. It's like a dream season for them. They just need a trophy, and they'll take the FA Cup, they'll take the Carling Cup, and for that maybe a striker like this can help them in pressure situations. जहाँ पे KG Cup match चल रहा, वहाँ पे उन्हें आके just come scores a header or takes a shot from out of nowhere. So I think someone like Solanke is a very good signing.
But the problem is for Tottenham again, it's like even if they start well towards like the new year, they'll start phasing out, and that problem is like Maddison will get injured. Your Son will go away to that game, like the military camp.
This time it won't happen.
वो military camp को चला आता उन्हें. उसके बाद आपका Kulusevski is a good player, but again he's not like something that you'll be wowed by. Like you need in Tottenham, I think you need players that they create fear, like Aguero, Rooney, ऐसे जो figurines रहते ना, वैसा बहुत जरूरी है. अब अपने पास तो कोई नहीं है, तो अपन इसलिए रेस में नहीं. अब आप जब सिटी को देखो, हालैंड को देख के फट जाती. आप जब लिवरपूल को देखते हैं, आप लिवरपूल में देख के आप ट्रेंट को देखते हैं, वैन डाइक को देखते हैं, आप साला को देखते हैं, एक मेंटल एक झटका पड़ना प्लेयर ऑपोजिशन को. तो टॉटनहम के पास अब एंज इज वेरी गुड एज अ मैनेजर. आई रियली अप्रिशिएट. उन्हें एग्रेसिव है, उन्हें मैं सुनता किसकी भी कुछ भी मैं बोल दिया खत्म. लाइक दैट्स माय मेंटालिटी. आई डोंट केयर हु द हेल इज व्हाट, एंड ही डजंट स्ट्रेस ऑन रेफरी डिसीजन एंड स्टफ लाइक दैट. एंज इज लाइक अ वेरी गुड मैनेजर फॉर टॉटनहम. अब बिग डॉम देखना आप कितना उन्हें ये बोलते ना, छोटे क्लब से बड़े क्लब वो मेंटालिटी शिफ्ट होंगी, एडजस्टमेंट होगा, कैसा होगा देखना पड़ेगा. बट या if Tottenham can have their players fit like Son, and they just need to link up. They've got good players. I'm not saying they've got bad. Like Porro is a very good. Like Porro is good, but it's just that they just need to be able to sustain the whole season. Like they're not usually able to sustain the whole season in terms of.
But historically they've never been that club. Arsenal, Liverpool, they're not on that. You compared it to them, but they're not on that level. They were never on that level. Like in recent times, they've developed because of Kane, Son. These guys they've developed, but even now, like in their defense, it does look leaky. I saw the game against Bayern yesterday. They were leaking. They need everyone fit. They need Udogie there. They need Van der Ven. They need everybody fit. Romero. All these guys need to be fit. That's another issue that they'll have. But they're not. Tottenham is not on that level of or top 2, top 3. but they
Yeah.
they are, I think they have improved over the years. But that's the thing for them. They need to also look at, like you said, key, like I don't know if you call it winning mentality, but they need to find a way to win a trophy, man. It's as
So
simple as
that
that.
is the difference between Arsenal and Tottenham. See, I mean, Arsenal was always ahead of Tottenham, but the only point I see now, Arsenal has become a championship mentality वाली team in the last 2-3 years, where like अरे हाँ Arsenal है, नहीं तो अपने को मानता फोर्थ है, FA कप ले लेते, खत्म, उतना ही उनका एक लेवल था, बट दे अपग्रेडेड. अब टॉटनम क्या है, अप टिल पोचेटिनो से पहले तक दे वर अ वेरी बैड टीम. वही लेनिन और वो पीटर क्राउच वाला कनेक्शन था, आपको याद है, लेनिन डाला, उन्हें क्राउच गोल मारा, फिर उन्हें वैंडर वार्ट आ गया, उन्हें आ गया. उसके बाद पहुंच के जाने के बाद चैंपियंस लीग के फाइनल के बाद मोरिनियो आया. मोरिनियो इंस्टिल्ड समथिंग इन देम, ही वाज गेटिंग देम समवेयर, ही वुड हैव गॉट देम अ ट्रॉफी. मोरिनियो को सैक कर दिया. सो टॉटनम वेंट, instead of going north towards the top, they started, their mentality shifted backwards. And Arsenal did the different thing, that Arsenal kept growing somehow, and Arteta came and
But
instilled this
Arsenal always
mentality.
had that heritage. They've been a proper
Heritage to थी बिल्कुल, but वही है ना, like कहीं ना कहीं they became very complacent with fourth
They
and an
also
FA Cup, but then that
Arsenal.
mentality Arteta bought after the COVID season, वो बहुत important.
But it's a bit easier when you have the when you are like
हाँ.
Arsenal Football Club, you can attract players like that. I mean, अगर आप किसी young French talent को अगर attract करना चाह रहे, they'll just think about Henry and they'll come. Like you can attract when you're Arsenal, United. Like I'll be very honest with you, I think Tottenham have done better than United over the last like 5-6 years in terms of the quality of football they played. But in terms of trophy, United done much better. They've won Carling Cup, they won FA Cup, they won everything. Europa League, we came to 2 finals. I think we've done better in terms of like thing, but in terms of quality of football, Tottenham's played better. But they're not on the level of, they can't attract players like United do, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea also, City also. They come after that. When you compare Tottenham, you'll have to compare them with the likes of Aston Villa, with West Ham, with these kind of players. But yes, I think aage jaake there is a hope over there. They do have some quality players, and if the coach can bring in a system, and look, honestly, last season the way they started it showed that they have a style of play. There is a style of play. Yes, injuries and red cards and stuff. That Chelsea game where they got that red card, and I think we watched it together. Since then, it all went tapered off for them. But yeah, I think. Like this is an improvement. They've gotten a striker. I think they need a defensive midfielder as well to replace the likes of Højbjerg. They need someone there, and then maybe some defensive cover as well. लेकिन आगे जाके वही है कि like if they can, like you said, maintain that that top 4 spot and somewhere get a trophy, it'll be a good season for them. But at least they're doing some business in the market, and I think Solanke is an upgrade from last season, and they have Richarlison who stayed as well. He said, I'm not going to Saudi. So they do have more options. Europa League and these cups, they can attack those trophies as well because they have a bit
but
more
again
options.
like that's what it, अब Richarlison का भी वही problem है, injury हो जाती है तो red card उठाता है, like that's the problem. Like last time उन्हें
but last year you were only relying on him. Now you have Solanke with them. Like you have more cover now. So and they need to do that in midfield. You need to do that in defense as well. You just need to get more cover. Without that if कोई injured अगर हुआ तो then you can thing like City, bro. They were out with Rodri didn't play every game there, and he was the most important player. But they had cover. Like Haaland was injured, they had cover. You look at Liverpool, when Salah wasn't there, they were still getting points. They started dipping when Salah came back. Actually, they were still getting back. Harvey Elliott came; he was scoring goals. There was cover over there. So
Curtis Jones.
So you need to first create a system where you can slot in different players and then have those players as well to come in when required. United had that in Chicharito. Like he was a very ordinary player, but he used to do the job. Like he used to. He's a very clinical striker. In terms of skill, I mean, you'll see more skillful players, but he was a very good finisher and he was doing the job over there. And he was replacing like. He's nowhere in levels of like Van Nistelrooy, Saha, these guys. He was not on those levels, Berbatov, but he did the job, right? So that's what they need. But Solanke I think is a good signing from that point of view.
What about Chelsea? Coming to Chelsea, इन लोगों के पास तो like they have 50 players right now in their squad or something. Like समझ के बाहर इन लोग कितना लोगों को खरीद ले रहे. He's basically doing what I feel like the Todd Bowley is doing is basically जैसे हैदराबाद में flat out आके किराए पे देते ना, वैसा उन्हें प्लेयरों को उठ के किराए पे दे दे रहा. Like that's his man. I think he's like a proper Hyderabadi businessman. He has 43, 47 or some players right now, where it includes 6 keepers right now. पागलपन. एंड अभी ऑसिमन को लेने वाले, अभी तो पेड्रो नेटो को लिया, अभी ऑसिमन को भी वो पीछे जा रहे. और एक दो प्लेयर से उनके पीछे जा रहा है, तो like it's like समझ में नहीं आ रहा क्या करने जा रहे हैं.
They've destroyed the club, man. Like, आप देखो, like, you know, Gallagher, he was their captain, like, or vice captain, whatever you want to call it. उसको like
उसको
आप
बेच दिया है.
हटा दिए, and then yeah, like, you're getting people on 8-year contracts. And then the youth that they had Gallagher, they had Mason Mount, they had like now they have Palmer, but they're not being able to grow these players. They're buying and selling, like you're saying, and जो भी market में मिल रहा है लेके आ जा रहे, it is causing a lot of complications, and it's going to cost them. And the biggest problem is the owner. Like, look, they've also taken a risk with the call. I'm not going to blame the manager this season. I'll give him a free pass this season, but that call of making a Leicester manager who's coming from the Championship and making him the Chelsea manager, I think it is a wrong call. I don't think it's going to work this season. Yeah. And again, that goes down to the owners. I don't think someone like a Pochettino, they should have backed him another year. Maybe unless Pochettino himself said कि भाई मेरे को वो retirement plan कर दे तो मैं निकल जा रहा हूँ. ठीक है, but if they made that sack, then it's a very wrong decision because they're taking a huge risk with this guy. Yes, he was. They played very good football with Leicester. He did a very good job. But so did McKenna for Ipswich. He's done outstanding as well. But he's stuck with his team, right? Like he's not gone to another club. And Chelsea was interested in him too. But I think the football club that they have, and the problem is they need someone experienced because they have to deal with so many egos, so many players, so much money involved, so many. Like you have 47 guys in the squad, like that's ridiculous.
और भाई पूरे एक ही टाइप के लोग हैं यार, like all wingers और like left back, right back, like कोई दिमाग से नहीं ले रहे कि आप हाँ चलो एक सिस्टम से मैं खेल. 45 लोगों के साथ कोई भी मैनेजर क्या करेगा भाई? किसी को भी प्लेइंग टाइम नहीं मिलेगा. चलोबा भी छोड़ दे रहा है, आई थिंक चलोबा को भी बेच देने वाले very soon. And then and all the guys who are coming in, they're already going to stay at their own club. It's not like they're coming to Chelsea. They're going to be remaining in like Boca Juniors से किसी को उठा इसको, they're going to stay there. Like आप साइन तो करा ले रहे लेकिन आपका प्लेयर आप ले रहे भी नहीं और आप खिला रहे भी नहीं, तो like वो सही है? बोलो ना, किराए पे घर आने देते रहे, वैसा है वो.
Yeah, it's a shambles, man. वहाँ पे, and like I think they will benefit from a transfer ban because they have like so much homegrown talent. They didn't make the most of it, and like look at the players. Modric is there. I don't Enzo. उसका भी अलग controversy चल रहा. उसको vice captain बना दिया amidst that, and then they've got Nicholas Jackson and
Nicholas Jackson है, Raheem Sterling है, and Kuku है, Colwell है, Leon Colwell है, Gattuso guy, Gustavo.
Gusto is there, but bro, even Chalobah, how they treated him, that was stupid as well. He was the best defender last year. उसको हकाल दिए.
नहीं, जब से चुरा हुआ.
Like it's not making sense, man, and like it's going to hurt them this season. I don't think they'll have a good season. Let's see. Like they still have talent over there. I won't be surprised if they win games. But you saw the preseason; it was terrible, man. They got destroyed everywhere. Yeah. There was no chemistry. Yeah. There was no style of play, and it just looked like a bunch of people just running around the pitch. There was no rhythm or anything. I feel bad for this manager. He has a huge task cut off for him. But let's see how he goes about business.
Yeah, I mean that's what you said. Something interesting, like what Leicester छोड़ के गए like to a circus like this. I mean, yes, you wanted to take up the bigger job, but एक interesting चीज बोला था Rooney on the overlap. He said, I think I took the job way quicker than what I, कभी-कभी आप बहुत जल्दी में भी ले लेते job. It might turn good, but it can also turn ugly. Like Graham Potter was doing well with Brighton, you remember, but then he turned into a joke of a manager in Chelsea. Like that's what it is. Like,
but me and you will also take that job. I'll tell you why.
I know. Yeah,
there's a catch to it. It's the main catch is, apart from Chelsea Football Club, all that. The main catch is that if you fail and they kick you out, they have to pay you something. So like Pochettino walked away with like 10 million pounds.
Mourinho walked away with 25 million, man.
There you go. Like so, like there's why would you not take that job? You're getting paid. Like you're getting paid, and if you mess up, then you still get paid. Like and that is where the fans are frustrated because the manager will take the job. Why would he not take the job? Uska to quadruple ho gaya tha. Koi bhi karega wo. So like from the championship, he's looking for a promotion. He'll take it, but it's the owners, the board, why are they making that decision? Why are they taking such risks? Why are they not being able to come up with a proper solution? Right now it's a joke, man. And I'm sure the fans are extremely frustrated because they're doing these things, even with the players, these contracts that they're making just to avoid the loophole of financial fair play and all that, with the 7-year contracts and all that. It's just not working out. It's not working out at all. You need to build some sort of rhythm. you'd rather be in a camp where, like, like for example, Liverpool, they've lost their manager and everything, but like they still have a system there. If you see the transfer market, they are a bit more sensible about it. I mean, this is a good transition going into Liverpool. If you saw the football they played today against Sevilla,
Yeah, oh my God, yeah.
they played very aggressive. It looked like good style of play. Slot is a bit different to Klopp in terms of, like, he's not heavy metal. He's a bit more possession based, but yeah, let's see how he develops. But they're linked with Zubimendi. If they get him, he's a very good signing. And with the current squad that they have, he's building on that as well, right? That's the good thing. If you see, like, that's a positive.
Harvey Elliott इन लोग बच्चों को चांस मिलने वाले जो इतना वेट करे. It's not like you're going to eat up their
exactly. You saw Jota today. He looked really good. They have Darwin coming in. They've got Gapco. They have players, and they're just making one.
Trent का तो yeah, Trent का भी अभी, so I think mostly he'll stay. He won't leave. And then you've got your Van Dijk, your keeper Alisson and stuff. So yeah, I mean Liverpool with whatever remaining assets they have, and Szoboszlai, that guy also fantastic. So they've got a decent lineup.
If you see United and Arsenal, when they transitioned from the long-term manager who was successful, their players were also going, and either they were getting older or they were leaving the club. Here they still have their core. They still have Salah, Van Dijk. They've got their Alisson. These big players who have been. These big players who have been part of the championship winning squad, they're still there. Trent, Robertson, all these guys. So I think that it can be a smoother transition. And if they don't come top four, it'll be disappointing. But they'll still back their manager. I won't be surprised if they don't make top.
Like Klopp came in 15, right, and then usko back hi kare.
But they have every chance to do well. I think with the squad that they have, the manager looks decent. I think they have a good chance of making it top four. Maybe the title is a step too far. But don't count them out right now. I think their transition is better.
What do you think about Salah? Like, I've not seen him play in preseason yet. I mean, मैं उसका follow नहीं करता हूँ preseason, but last year he did get started goal, but he didn't look very convincing as like the Salah we know.
That's the beauty of him. Like even in his worst seasons, he'll bag you goals. Like he had an off season last year, but he was still he gets into the right positions. He's older now. He's not. He's 32. He's not going to give you that consistency that he's giving.
How much Shami feels there on it?
Yeah, I mean, with his haircut. But also, start of the season, I think he'll start well, and then it depends on the minutes how Slot manages them. Because under Klopp, he was playing every single minute, and if he was coming off, he was getting pissed off. He wanted to play 90 minutes. There will be a time where you'll have to manage his minutes, but he's still an outstanding player. He gets into the right positions. He scores goals. He takes penalties. Right now, unless he gets injured or anything, I don't see, I don't see why he won't have a good season. Like last year, you were not impressed with him, but he was he was my second top scorer in my FPL team. Like he was getting me.
Yeah,
points.
I mean the way he usually gets goals and that attacking threat that he had. He would be a defender's nightmare वाला जैसा उन्हें सिटी के अगेंस्ट 2 साल पहले गोल मारा था काट के फाड़ दिया था भाई राइट पे पूरों को विंग पे निकाल के देन जो कर्ल करके गोल मारा so I think those kind of moments उतने ज्यादा नहीं मिले but I still give him a benefit one season bad I still not say कि भाई he's the worst player
but despite that I agree
but despite that he bagged like what 20 goals 18 goals
yeah man, he was scoring like left right and center, he was getting assists so
and he's भी है उसके तो वो फायदे है like he has
he's a clutch player man and with the likes of Harvey Elliott coming in and then you've got Jota over there, you've got Gapco, you've got Darwin, they have enough energy to run around him and create chances for him. But yeah, Liverpool maybe in midfield they need to strengthen a bit in central midfield. But yeah, I think they look like a good team. Now the main thing is how the manager, because he's a new guy, right? Like how he'll be able, if when they do get under pressure, how does he deal with that pressure? How does he handle big players like Salah, Van Dijk if they are going through a bad patch? That's when managing will come into question.
Yeah. I think for them also one area that they really need to look at is left back. Robertson was not that great last season. Tsimikas was actually much better than him at times. But yeah, I think Robertson he's a little bit fell short of what he was.
He was injury prone as well, right? He was injured quite a bit last season. I think start of the season also nahi khela tha, Tsimikas was starting. So he was injury prone. When he's fully fit, he's incredible, man. He has extremely good pace and even a Trent, like when he gets injured and stuff, like going and defensively, he has his problems. But when they're in full flow and if they can get if the manager can get the best out of both of them, then you can see because yeah, they will still create chances for you going forward, and that's what you need from fullbacks. The football has changed. It's not like the reason United sold Van Bissaka is because of that. Otherwise, Van Bissaka defensively is one of the best players in the league, but like because he was not
Yeah,
providing any
Van Bissaka,
output,
bro, मेरे को तो बहुत बुरा दिखा हुआ है.
he was not
Speaking of
providing
Van
any
Bissaka, speaking of Van Bissaka, West Ham also signed a couple of good players. They've got
yeah.
Fulkrug from Dortmund. They've got Van Bissaka. They've got Todibo. They've got two guys in the midfield. I forgot.
West Ham is the dark horse for me in this season because they don't
Yeah,
have Europe.
same. I was looking at their signings, and yeah, they've completely changed their club car structure, and they got a new manager as well, David Moyes, obviously going away. And
I
stuff
feel
like
bad
that.
for
So,
him.
yeah,
I didn't agree with that, like because like Moyes didn't do anything wrong. He got them a trophy as well. They're saying style of football, but it's West Ham at the end of the day. They're not going to play like City, like it's not going to happen. So and Lopetegui is not somebody who's going to play like fancy football either. So I don't know what that decision was, but I think in terms of the structure right now, the squad that they have, incredible. Bowen is outstanding as well. They've got Kudus. I think he's one of the one of the
Bowen,
top
Kudus, yeah.
bright spots in the league. He's outstanding, and they've got like you said, they've added the guy from
Fulkrug.
Dortmund,
Yeah,
Fulkrug, and they've got the Van Bissaka. So they've done very well, man. West Ham, I think, will have a good season, especially when you don't have the distractions. European, आपको जब नहीं रहता, like Europa League, Champions League, आप और focus कर सकते हैं. Premier League में आपको rest भी ज़्यादा मिलता. And yeah, I think they should have a good season. I'll be surprised if West Ham don't make it in the top 8. Like I think.
10, yeah, like
I
so,
think
yeah.
the top 6, top 4 could be a possibility. Like how Aston Villa had last year, West Ham can potentially have that kind of season if they get going. Again, it takes time because look, they've gotten these players, but these players need to adjust under a new manager. What kind of philosophy will he bring in? Because he's also defensive man. Like I know, look, both the Moyes is playing pretty football, but Lopetegui is not somebody who's played crazy football either.
Crazy, yeah.
Will these players be able to adjust? Will they be able to track back? Will they be able to do what he's asking of them, or do they want to play more flamboyant football? So if there's a clash of contrast between player and manager, वो भी मुश्किल हो सकता है. So the manager main thing, he has to command that control over that squad and then get the best out of them, whatever way it is. He has to get the best out of them. So that is one challenge they'll have, but they're looking very good.
Yeah, I mean they did some fantastic business, and like I'm looking forward to watching West Ham games. And Ward-Prowse bhi hai, Bowen hai, they've got good players. Zuma hai, like they've got defenders, also good defender. They've got good attackers. So like right now they look like a very good. They can probably if Spurs don't have a good season, they can probably outdo Spurs also. The firepower to him, okay, कुछ तो कर सकते, but yeah, I think Arsenal, like I mean अभी तो आगे देखेंगे कि who will pick our contenders for winning the league. But yeah, I mean कल का तो game जैसा मैं बोला, like you said, they weren't taking it so seriously. It was good to see कि भाई they weren't dying for the shield. Like at least United के हिसाब से बोल रहा हूँ मैं. Like चलो they swapped in Ahmad जो अच्छा खेल रहा था. They made big changes. You saw a youngster call him also coming. Yeah,
celebrating, but it wasn't like you saw the changes.
City did an opposite thing. City started with a weaker squad and strengthened it towards that. United started with their like one of better squad and then towards the end, so it was like a tale of two halves.
But basically,
they
were both trying out stuff. They were trying some experiment. They did treat it more like a preseason. And the City will like that's not the squad they will play probably in the first game of the Premier League. Fulham is also a team I'm looking forward to, man. They've made some fun signings. Smith, like he's a really good player. It looked exciting in the preseason game that he played as well. I think he scored with his first touch for Fulham. I'm excited. They have what's his name? Muniz, yeah. He's also there. They'll be exciting. I think they got promoted in 2022, like 3 seasons ago, or 2 seasons ago, and they've done a good job. They built really well. If you see, it's something that the likes of Leicester and stuff would need to take a look at, because the way Fulham have stayed, it's not easy. Normally, no matter what club you are, when you get promoted from the Championship, it's very difficult to sustain. Look at Burnley. They tried to play the same football they played in the Championship in terms of style. They got hammered. So Fulham is a team where they understood, like, okay, they dominated the Championship, but Premier League is a different gravy. उस हिसाब से उन लोग को कैसा खेलना है. They played according to that. They made some good transfers. They had Polinia, who was outstanding. He's gone now. So he was the best player, but they've had good players, and they've got, they still have Raul Jimenez, who they signed last winter, I think. So they have
Yeah.
players over there who are squad players.
रॉबिन्सन है और उनका बैक अच्छा है रॉबिन्सन
Yeah, he's very good. Robinson. He's also linked, I think, but he's a good player.
And they've got
They're
the
looking
keeper
good.
Leno is fantastic. Brent Leno is very good.
Leno is
Arsenal
very good
player.
as well.
So
Yeah,
they've
Fulham is
got very
good.
good options there.
I want to see Aston Villa, man, because now they're playing Champions League football. That is next level. Now they're taking their game to another level. And Champions League format, alag hai, this season it's going to be confusing. There's more games involved. So I think Aston Villa will be challenged. Yes, I think they played in Europe last year as well, but Champions League is a level up. How will they maintain their squad going through? Will that impact the Premier League standing? I think so. They do have a very good team. Bailey looked amazing in preseason. He looked outstanding. They have Watkins there, who's one of the top strikers going around in England. So they do have players who can do the job, but it's about competing on all fronts now. They have to play on the Champions League as well. They have to play those, Tuesday, Wednesday nights. Of course, it'll give them a lot of confidence. Villa Park will be buzzing 100%. Will that impact their Premier League standing? I think it will. But let's see what happens. Unai Emery, I think, is an outstanding coach. He's a great manager. He's done a fantastic job. He's improved.
It's like जैसा अपन देखे ना मुस्तफा न्यूकासल जब थे they had fantastic game in the Champions League to look at Newcastle, but then they कहीं ना कहीं struggle कर दिए इंजरीज के साथ. Fabian Schär चले गया था बीच में, उसके बाद Trippier injured हो गया था, so it got too much on him. The way they started the season से लेके the way they finished, it was a little topsy and like both ends ऐसा अलग-अलग है. So I think that's how you can see Aston Villa going. Musa Diaby भी Saudi चले गया. They've got
that was sad, man. He's such a good player.
Defensive mid from Everton, Onana, and Onana जो है उन लोगों को they bought him.
Musa Diaby was a really good player for them, and that's sad for them that he left. I think that's a big loss. But they do have Bailey. They have Bailey over there. They do have players. Watkins is incredible. They've got players who can still do.
Pau Torres है उनके पास. Pau Torres is there. You know how European nights work. So yeah, they've got.
Douglas Luiz is gone as well, right?
Nah, yeah, him and his girlfriend signed for Juventus, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Both of them signed to one club.
That's also a miss.
A big miss, bro. Like a penalty taker as well, right? Like, so that's a very big miss, right?
Yeah. So look, I don't know how they will. That's why I'm a bit skeptical talking about Aston Villa because of the added pressure and then losing a few players here and there. Yes, they've made a few additions, but I think they'll need a bit more competing in the Champions League next season.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, there's a lot of things to look forward to. In the beginning, everybody's going to get used to it. Or एक आध हफ्ता लगता to get used to the whole Premier League is back kind of a vibe. But then I'm hoping it's just a good and exciting season for United, especially. I want us to be able to compete. I mean, maybe we're not looking the best in shape, but at least like an Arne Slot, even with whatever he has, he's showing an aggressive kind of a Liverpool, irrespective of whatever he has. So that is something that I want United to show, like thoda aggression. Like Casemiro looked good. अच्छा था Casemiro के बारे में काफी चीज़ें थे last season what people were saying, but they didn't bear in mind कि भाई center back भी खेला उन्हें, defensive mid खेला, फिर injured हो गया वो एंटनी के वजह से red card उठा ले क्या क्या ही कर लिए थे. So I think maybe Casemiro will be important. Bruno has to play every game as always, and that's the problem. यार Bruno can't afford to take a breather, and I hope United challenge करना for the title. I know it'll be a little far-fetched, but I'll never say never. But देखना पड़ेगा. Like again, it's City, Arsenal, but Arsenal again, how like you said, attack में जो problem है कितना उनला वो सुधारते, वो देखने का. Like Trossard for them, I think was fantastic last year. उन्हें जो खेला.
A great addition. Trossard was off the bench also used to come and score goals. Used to start some games, but I think they. Just where the goals are going to come from and competing with City, I think Arsenal have it in them to compete again. It's just going that extra block because they are still a young team. ऐसा नहीं है कि they're getting aged out and like City is just tiring them. It's not like that. Arsenal is still very young team and ये जो experiences हुए उनके पिछले 2 season में they can always develop on that and there is improvement. अगर आप देखो from where they collapsed in that season before where they had an outstanding start to this season, they were much better, watertight in defense. They were not letting goals go. They won some big games. I mean, they got 4 points out of 6 against Liverpool and City.
City.
That's a big improvement. But again, when you're playing in the Premier League, you have to take that next step, and this is it for them. I think they have the good platform. This is the best chance for them to win the league, in my opinion. City, look, they're always going to be good right now until Pep is there. You can't wait for him to leave or anything. You got to attack them, and you just just have to look where their weaknesses are and pounce on it. And it's difficult because they're a world-class team and they'll always come back. But I think Arsenal have a good enough team. They can add one or two places, and if they do that, then they can definitely win the
And
league. If they
considering Arsenal's like last 2 years, like the first year they built, they came, they challenged, but not last year they challenged till the end, and then they failed. And then this year it's like I think the next progression is like winning the league. So I think for them it is that, or as nothing else, you can't settle for lesser in anything than winning the league.
yeah,
Like even if
especially
you
if they
come
don't.
close and lose
The
it,
problem is what is happening with Arsenal is उन लोग पूरा focus Premier League पे डाल रहे, तो
Premier
they're
League पे
not
डाल दे रहे.
they're not winning any cup. Now, if you don't win a trophy this year, then Arteta will be under pressure. Under pressure. The reason why Ten Hag is there, whether you like it or not, is because he won the FA Cup. Otherwise, he's not there. Like it's simple as that. And we had information that he was getting sacked. Because there was no hope in the FA Cup final against City, and he was going to get sacked after the cup. But he won, and everything changed. So trophies are the thing. I'm not saying Arteta is going to get sacked if they don't win a trophy, because he has improved the club, he's improved the football, everything. But he will be under serious pressure if they don't win a trophy this year.
Yeah.
And that's where he'll have to. That's why I think they need to get a striker. They need an extra player, some extra bodies, because when you're competing with Man City, you can ask Jurgen Klopp. He'll tell you it's the toughest thing in the world. And for that, you need to have everyone ready, everyone fit, and you need backup options. You need someone who can come and score goals even off the bench. Like Saha, Tevez, these guys used to do for United. We need that in Arsenal, and they have the ability to get one or two players. And if they do that, then I think they can take it the next step forward.
Yeah. I mean, we spoke about Dom Solanke. Just a few other additions, like about Pedro Neto, his addition to Chelsea. I think
He's a
it's a
good
good
player,
one.
man.
The way, but he's again, he's an injury threat, right? Like that's something that I don't want them to see. Like last year, he was killing it with Chan up front with Wolves, but उसके बाद उन्हें injure हो गया, खत्म हो गया था. So like for 862 million के लिए ऐसा था. I mean, if he comes out and plays the whole season, it'll be great. But if he gets injured, then it'll be another problem. But him and Nkunku पूरा अच्छा दिख रहा चेल्सी का भी थोड़ा आगे. अगर link हुए, that's one more thing.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. But like वही है कि like उन लोग player तो अच्छे हैं उन लोग के पास. I think they have good quality. You need to get them together and build a system and build some rhythm and see who's going to play in which position, because you have so many players, you're spoiled for choice. It becomes very difficult, man. अब इतने ingredients के साथ जा रहे तो वो dish तबाह हो जाएगा. Like you need like certain ingredients certain time. You don't need all that stuff. Like I gave the example Liverpool, it's a bit more easier. Where this guy has a much more difficult challenge. United getting the double Bayern defenders. That's I think that is one thing I'm positive about, because they need cover, man. उन लोग वो Maguire, Lindelof, I cannot keep seeing that. Like I'm done with it. Like I'll be very honest with you, they need some cover over there, and hopefully.
And the Johnny Evans things, man. Yesterday I was like, Johnny Evans is still there.
Yeah, I can't deal with this, man. You need like defensive cover, and hopefully Lenny Euro comes back. That's a big loss, man. They need to fix this also. They're getting like the players. Even Menu last season, he was injured until December. Then when he came back, you saw he changed the whole season. So like they need to keep that injury list as minimum as possible and work on it, because Arsenal used to have this बहुत बड़ा problem था. Arsenal, their players used to get injured from Van Persie days. Fabregas, all these days they used to have injury issues, and it used to cost them titles. It used to cost them like a lot of matches. But they've worked on it. They've got a proper fitness coach now. They've got like these assistant coaches who are working on these injuries, and they're doing a much better job. अगर आप देखो Arsenal को now, they don't have as many injuries as they used to like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And United need to fix that as well. I think they need to fix that.
Yeah,
Is there any
United
other club, is there any other club that you want to talk about?
Any other club? Leicester's coming back. Vardy's party's coming back. That's something that I mean I enjoy watching. Vardy coming and attacking, kicking the corner flag and stuff. So I mean, they're there.
He's gonna come on stop though, right?
Yeah, like Leicester 2016 के vibes कभी नहीं आएंगे वापस.
There you go, and that's where I mean, unfortunate, right? Like the owner situation also, that was really upsetting. Like, but you got I think that's the beauty of a football. Like a team out of nowhere just comes win the league, and it's good that they're back. I think this is a good step for them. But again, like they'll have to change the style a bit. They'll have to be a bit more gritty this time around. And Vardy, I mean, he's not going to be that impactful, I think, right now. Maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, he's like what, 31, 30?
No, man, he's much more than that. I think. Let me confirm with you. I'll be very surprised if he's 31. Uh, but he's 37 years old.
He's 37. Whoa, man. Damn.
Yeah, so
Damn,
like
man.
that's what I'm saying. He's gonna come
ऐसा
on
लग रहा है
like
अपने
second.
सामने आया होने.
Right.
Yeah, he came only
He
when he
was
was
already.
29. Yeah, he came.
Yeah, exactly.
He 29 he came.
तो
But
या उन लोग का लाइक सीजन देखना पड़ेगा द Everton again, it's a big club, big fan base. Somehow they manage to stay and they get screwed. Like last 2-3 years, they're very
that was
lucky to stay.
that was just like the manager, bro.
Uh,
Like he's crazy.
yeah, so like I'm interested to see how they play their football. Is there any improvement? Can they become more mid-table like they used to be, or are they going to continue the relegation battle? Because the fans are getting frustrated with this. I know they're happy that they're in the Premier League, but like playing relegation, they're not used to it. Like they are a mid-table club.
Yeah, one more team that we actually haven't spoken about, Newcastle, man. Like the shout that they got last year in. अब उनके पास देखो इसाक है, इसाक के साथ साथ कौन है यार, मेरे को तो नाम याद नहीं आ रहा एकदम से. शार है, बर्न है, they added I think Bruno Gimenez है,
Joelinton.
yes, Joelinton है, Joelinton also है.
They might get Gahey as well, right? Newcastle might get
Gahey, but I think reject हो गया वो bit थोड़ा महंगा पड़ा उन लोगों को, so I think they've rejected that. Bit, the second bit made I think, but
and they need Gordon to stay as well. If he leaves, it could impact them. He's a good player for them. Anthony
Gordon is a very important player for them, and he created most of their chances last season. And Trippier का भी rumors था कि he's going to leave. He wants to go to Germany. I think that's what the latest was, but I don't know. Latest अभी तक तो कुछ update नहीं आई है. But yeah, they made a lot of noise last season, but कहीं ना कहीं वो थोड़ा calm down दिख रहा आपको. Like, and again, they have Callum Wilson and Isak and stuff, but yeah, do you see Newcastle creating that much impact like last season?
Yes, I think so, because they don't have that pressure of the Champions League this time around, and even their जो उनके directors थे, that lady who used to come, she's not there anymore. Like that's a big miss for them, but they have got a technical director now, I think, and they are I think they are building as a football club. Eddie Howe is doing a very good job. We know he's not going to get the England job, right? I don't think so.
No. Right now it's the under-21 manager who's interim. The guy was sitting yesterday.
That could be a problem, but I think he's a very good manager. They just need to continue to back him. And Newcastle, man, 2 years ago we were sitting here and they're talking about being relegated, and उन लोग वहाँ से निकल के with the PIF investment and everything, they've done a great job. And also, they're not spending wild. They are spending very smart. They're taking step by step. What City did, City didn't go straight away for the big players. They went slowly. Yeah, they had Tevez, then slowly Yaya Toure, Silva. They were building. Yeah, and now they can get the likes of Haaland and whatever. And Newcastle, I think, are doing the same thing. I like the process. I think they're a very good team, but they'll need to keep up with the times. Like if Trippier is going, they'll need a replacement for that. If Gordon goes, they'll need a replacement for that. They'll need a backup for Wilson. I think Wilson is also injury prone. He's a very good player, but like if Isak needs a partner, I think, and if they can get an extra striker, that'll be good. But yeah, like they just need to keep up with the times. But overall, they have improved. And they had I wouldn't say impressive, but I was impressed with their Champions League run.
Yeah.
I know they didn't make it out of it, but there were games that they played. They had a very tough group, and they played some high quality games. St. James Park was absolutely buzzing. Atmosphere तो incredible था. ये सब लोग ख्वाब में भी नहीं आया होगा 2 साल पहले जहाँ पे हम लोग relegation battle में थे. तो वहाँ से निकल के यहाँ आना, I think it's a big thing. And yeah, like they just need to keep up with the good times and keep up with the times actually, and just make sure that they get the small things right. And if they do let go of players, how to get those replacements. And I think they've done a good job in the transfer market so far. And Eddie Howe is also a very good manager. You will have, Premier League is a tough league. You will have competition. So it's not like you're gonna come first every time or come top every time. But they've developed good as a unit.
Yeah, I think they're solid. Team, and Eddie Howe अच्छा manager है. Like the way, like you said, I think system जैसा follow कर रहे, progress जैसा कर रहे. They're not taking जल्दी में पैसा आते कि आप जैसे United को ही देख लो यार. Like इतना पैसा रख के किधर कहाँ किसको खरीद लिया, उन्हें इंजर होके भाग गया.
Being smarter with their buys.
Yeah, so that's what it is. And yeah, I think we've covered almost all the teams. And yeah, नए टीमों में से तो like anyone that you're looking forward to, Ipswich probably because of McKenna, because they have a United link over there. And yeah, who else has come back? Leicester City has come back. And the last one is I forgot, Southampton, right? Southampton is back.
Southampton is there. Armstrong
they-
is back, baby. Is that
उसका तो XG अलग लेवल पे है भाई, उन्हें तो next level XG पे है. And a good shout for FPL buyers about Southampton का अगर कोई है तो like that guy. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a good season. Hopefully we'll come back. अब फुटबॉल के बारे में भी बात करेंगे because like we have no other, like cricket भी हो गया, Olympics भी हो गया, so now it's time for football, it's time for like Premier League weekend, and this is what we enjoy.
Cricket
Like, a lot of football.
क्रिकेट में वही, अगर आप नहीं देखे वो राशिद खान का ओवर देख लो एक बार. एंड 100 चल रहा है.
वेस्ट इंडीज और साउथ अफ्रीका चल रहा है, but like again that's slow game, like I mean
very rain affected over there, but South Africa dominating right now. They're leading what by like 274. So Tristan Stubbs looking decent at number 3.
Number 3,
so,
yeah.
So there is cricket going on, but the Indian cricket, we'll focus on football with the Premier League. It's going to be exciting. We'll do top 4 predictions, and we'll look at who we think will be the Golden Boot, Golden Glove, and all that. It should be a lot of fun in the next few days. Heading up to the season is starting, so it's a lot of fun, and hopefully we can do more content, add football to our cricket content, and that means more videos, and you guys can join us more often.
Yeah, hopefully so. And yeah, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, because you'll get almost all the sports soon on this channel, and yeah, you don't want to miss it. धीरे धीरे we'll build from where we're starting, and cricket तो अब है एक time तक कर लिए, अब 40 दिन का break सबको मिलेगा, so I think we deserve it as well, and we move to football from there. And yeah, blue gold medal जीत के मुस्ताक, congratulations you boys. They won the gold medal basketball.
Basketball, yeah, I saw that USA won against France. Curry, they
It was
all
easy. Or if they didn't, like it would have been funny.
easy work. Yeah, like they won. I don't know if they did they win last year, last time too. There was a few years where they didn't. A few Olympics they didn't win, but yeah, US this time they won. They were celebrating on the steps there in Paris, and they've got the gold. Uska bichari ka I think overturn ho gaya, right? Like she didn't get the.
आ गया
season,
उसका
right?
verdict. I didn't see it.
It's supposed
I
to
think
come
it's been-
today.
I think it's been postponed. The verdict. I'm not sure yet.
It was
So,
postponed to
yeah.
today. I don't know if today again it got postponed.
Yeah, I think it got postponed again today.
Not sure.
I don't know क्या करते, कि अब तो ने घर भी आ गए, रिटायरमेंट पे ले रही, अब क्या बोलते पागल ना.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that pretty much wraps things up. Community Shield is all right. We saw a few United and City players in action, and now it's time for looking at them in the season, and hopefully Ten Hag can turn things around for United in a positive way. At least get more than an FA Cup, maybe not the Premier League, but maybe a Carling Cup or. So let's taking up क्या होने वाला है, and yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, and yeah, see you very very soon with more Premier League content throughout the season, guys. Thank you.